tonight's video is on a bit more fun with Fines Victoria. So it's in regard to my nephew and his little episode with Fines Victoria and Vic Roads. Now, probably the first thing that I want to go over, so he gave them hell. Absolute hell. He requested evidence of a commercial loss. He requested instruments, signed power of attorneys, you name it, and he requested it. Affidavits from the plaintiff, the list goes on. They requested on what lawful basis are they interjecting themselves. And now what you've got to remember about Fines Victoria, well, I need to rephrase that, don't I? Because Fines Victoria is actually owned by someone else. So the people trading under Fines Victoria that are not actually Fines Victoria, I should say. So what you've got to remember about them is that they operate in trust law. Now, you do a quick search on the internet, you'll find the SDK Trust of 1666. And this is probably where all the shit fuckery started. So, magistrate courts and all this trust law stuff comes from Rome. So the Romans obviously invaded England for a short period, and was obviously left their trust law in England, and obviously that's moved out to Australia. So now, when you get the documents from Fines Victoria, you see the name always comes in a commercial fiction. So that's a trust law entity. So right there, they are creating a constructive trust. And there's an assumption there that then they are your administrators. Now, so I got my nephew onto him like a bloodhound, ripping into him, and I told him, when they try and hang up, tell them not to hang up, tell them do not hang up. So we did that a few times and they didn't hang up. And I go, so you see what's going on there? That you're giving them instructions, and because they're your administrator, or they assume that they have to take your instructions. Oh, and he also asked them about his rights. He goes, well, now I've got rights, don't I? And they admitted that he has rights, and I told him about the right of refusal. You've also got the right of refusal. So they admitted that he's got rights, which is good too. And so anyway, he'd been telling them do not hang up. We have got business to discuss here. And reluctantly, they stayed on the phone. So now I said to him this, what was it this morning? I go, now nephew, why do you keep talking to these people in the manner that you talk to them? I go, they're just doing a job. You realise that, don't you? And they're just trying to do the best job that they can do. They're not really. They're actually engaging in fraudulent activity, but let's pretend they are. And I go, if they're your administrator and you're not giving them directions, what do you expect them to do? They don't know any better. They don't know what your instructions are. So I said to him, why don't you sack them? Oh. So he was straight onto the phone, back to him. He'd even inquired, like basically he told them that he actually spoke to the director of Fines Victoria, which is like a registered commercial fiction on the internet, because Fines Victoria forgot to actually register themselves on the ADSIC website. Bit of a rookie mistake that is. And that he told them that they are not actually Fines Victoria, and the director of Fines Victoria has nothing to do with them, so they're engaging in more fraud. So anyway, it would definitely appear that his matter's resolved. So he does have to write to them still in regard to them removing the fines, so not the fines, the points from Vic roads. Because I got in one of my videos, I said that it was a little bit back to front. I said that Vic Roads was the administrator. That is not actually the case. The administrator is Fines Victoria. So the administrator of the trust that we're dealing with is Fines Victoria. So in every state in Australia it'll be a different administration company, but so you'll have your license with some corporation and there'll be another corporation administering that trust. So I would appear that this matter's definitely done. Like they obviously did do their threats and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's right, they did the old trick, that they have a warrant. And he called their bluff and he goes, you don't have a warrant because you can't get a warrant. And I told him that they can't get warrants. And he put it to him like if you've got the warrant, then send me a signed copy of the warrant, and I will make good on that warrant if you've got a warrant. But guess what? They can't send you a signed copy of any warranty, because I don't actually think that my nephew gave him a warranty. So anyway, good news. The Fines Victoria have been sacked. I would suggest you sack your administrator. Be an adult. Take responsibility of your own trust. Sack your administrator because they're acting unlawfully, they're acting fraudulently, and you don't want anything to do with them. And that's probably part of the reason why when all these matters go to the Supreme Court, there's no remedy. It's trust law, and you haven't been a responsible adult. Be an adult. Deal with your trust law issues. Deal with your contracts. So, alright. Oh, and no morons didn't make any comments, please. If you want to make comments like a moron, just make them on some other website. You'll just get deleted, you'll get blocked. So there may be a lot of morons offended in the viewing of this video. I should have probably done that disclaimer at the start. But anyway, cheers. Have fun with your trust law. Bye.